Kogama logic is one of the essential parts of the game if you want your projects to look more detailed and interesting. Hello everyone, this is Tetraeder1 and welcome to my very first beginner course for those who are just starting with logic in game. Today we are going to take a look at two of the most commonly used logic elements in Kogama, namely the pressure plate and QB model Hinder. But before they save the day, we need to understand what those three mysterious colored spheres actually do. Starting with the pressure plate, we have the blue sphere. This is an output signal, meaning it sends a message to other logic blocks to start some kind of event. Think of it as a friend who loudly announces showtime. Next, on a cube model Hinder, we have the orange sphere. This is an input signal, meaning it receives the dramatic message from the blue sphere and actually does something about it, like hiding a block, unhiding a block, or displaying some text that usually nobody reads. And finally, we have that fancy yellow sphere, the VIP of logic spheres. It lives only in the model cube Hinder, like this one, and transparency cube, which we will talk about in the future videos. The yellow signal can be connected only to the models you create. Tall ones, tiny ones, questionable ones, all are welcome. And here you can see all of the sizes from which you can create a model. Now let's actually work with logic. Rule number 1, signal connections always go from blue to orange. Always. And never blue to blue, never orange to orange. Blue to orange is a golden relationship in Kogama logic. If only real-life communications were that simple. To connect them, click on the blue sphere with the left mouse button and then drag the signal to the orange sphere. You can even see how the orange sphere flashes like, hey, connect me please, and click again to confirm. Congratulations, you have just made your first digital friendship. Now if we enter play mode and press L on our keyboard to display all the logic, we will notice that when we step on the pressure plate, a signal is being sent. Something is definitely happening, electricity, magic, who knows. But nothing actually changes, and that's because we haven't connected any model to the cube model Hinder yet. It's basically saying I hear you, but I'm not doing anything. So let's get back to the build mode again, and now let's create a model. Yep, here it is. Not the fanciest thing ever, but hey, it exists. You can make yours look way cooler. And next we need to connect it for sure. Click on the yellow sphere with the left mouse button, drag that magical signal to the model and click again. Boom, connection established. The sphere and the model are now officially in a relationship. Let's hop into play mode and press L to reveal the secret logic world. Step on pressure plate and look at that. The cube model Hinder wakes up, sends a signal, and the model proudly appears like, did someone call me? And there you go, your first basic logic system in Kogama. Use this power responsibly. So where can you actually use this kind of logic system? Let me give you an example. Imagine your player sees a pressure plate and steps on it, and suddenly, wow, an arrow appears showing them where to go. Because let's be honest guys, players get lost even in straight hallways. And now let's look at the different options you can use with these logic pieces. Starting with the pressure plate, right click it, You will see a whole menu of options that look very important and scary, but ignore all of them except settings, because that's the only one we care about right now. So click on it, and here we will see that you can actually hide the pressure plate. This is useful in some cases because sometimes you don't want the player to see it. You want them to feel it. Mystery, drama, game design. And now let's check out the setting for the cube model Hinder. So right click on it as well and choose settings, and you can see that you can enable show outline, which makes the object transparent. You can see that it looks right here, kinda ghosty, kinda cool. But why would you ever want this? Well, back in the ancient times of early Kogama, this was the closest thing we had to glass. Yes, we used it as windows. We were pioneers. Now there is another cubist that does it better, but the outline effect can still be useful, like for decorations, water effects, shiny things, or just to look fancy in front of your friends. And that's it for this video. We covered the basic logic pieces and built our very first simple logic system. Hopefully it was helpful, gave you an idea or two, and maybe even inspired your next game. In the next videos we will explore more logic cubes, more systems, and probably more things that will make your brain say, wait, that actually works? Also feel free to join my Discord server. That's where I post extra info, updates, and where you can chat with the community and with me directly, of course. You can ask questions, share your creations, or just lurk silently like a mysterious NPC. Totally fine. You can also find me on Kogama. The links are in the description somewhere down there. Scroll until you find them, you will know it when you see it. This was the Trader 1, thanks for watching, you're amazing, and I'll see you in the upcoming videos. Don't forget to step on pressure plates responsibly.